10 deadliest bears in the world. You know, I've spent many years reading, teaching, and wandering into the wild whenever I could. And if there's one lesson nature never lets you forget, it's this. The most dangerous creatures don't always roar before they strike. Sometimes they walk right past you, silent as the wind. Take bears, for example. People think of them as big, fuzzy forest neighbors, something you might see in a cartoon or on a cute coffee mug. But let me tell you, in the real world, a bear isn't a friendly character. It's a powerhouse of muscle, speed, and instinct that can turn deadly in the blink of an eye. Some will avoid you if they can. Others, well, if you cross their path at the wrong moment, you may not walk away to tell the story. Today, we're counting down the 10 deadliest bears in the world, from the misunderstood little ones that can surprise you to the giants at the very top of the food chain. And I want you to imagine something as we go through this list. What would you do if you were out there alone and one of these was watching you from the trees? Number 10. Spectacled bear. Our countdown begins in the misty heights of the Andes. The spectacled bear, with its striking facial markings, might look gentle at first. In fact, it's the only bear native to South America. So why is it on this list? Because looks can be deceiving. Normally shy, this bear can become shockingly aggressive when it feels cornered or when defending cubs. With claws built for climbing high into trees, it can just as easily rake through flesh in a defensive strike. In rural Peru, farmers have reported these bears raiding maize fields or attacking livestock during dry seasons when food is scarce. Imagine being a farmer, hearing your cattle bellow in the night, and realize that the shadow standing over them isn't a puma, it's a bear, with the strength to drag a full-grown cow uphill. It's not the biggest bear, but in its home turf of steep slopes and thick forests, it doesn't have to be. Number 9. Sun bear. Travel to the dense jungles of Southeast Asia, and you'll find the smallest bear in the world, and one of the most unpredictable. Meet the sun bear. Weighing between 60 and 145 pounds, it's barely half the size of a black bear, but its bite is something else entirely. Proportionally, sun bears have the largest canines of any bear species. Combine that with claws as long as kitchen knives, and you've got an animal capable of tearing open termite mounds or defending itself against predators far bigger. And they will defend themselves. In Malaysia, several villagers have been injured and in rare cases killed by sun bears startled at close range. One documented encounter saw a sun bear fend off a tiger by sheer ferocity, slashing and biting until the big cat fled. Tiny? Maybe. Deadly? Absolutely. Number 8. Sloth bear. Don't let the name fool you. The sloth bear is anything but slow. Found in India and Sri Lanka, this species has a reputation that even tigers respect. Poor eyesight and a habit of foraging in thick brush means sloth bears are easily startled. And when they are, they attack with shocking speed and power. They rear up, slam down with their front legs, and bite, often aiming for the face. In parts of rural India, sloth bears have been responsible for more human deaths annually than tigers. Villagers tell stories of bears charging from the tree line without warning, leaving nothing but chaos behind. And here's the thing, they don't kill for food. They do it because they feel threatened, which means if you meet one unexpectedly, you're already in trouble. Number 7. American black bear. Most people in North America see black bears as curious forest residents, more interested in trash cans than in confrontation. But underestimate them, and you will regret it. Weighing up to 600 pounds with the ability to sprint at 30 miles per hour, black bears have the size and speed to overwhelm a human in seconds. Their intelligence is equally impressive. They've been known to open doors, unscrew jars, and even stalk hikers who've wandered too close. In 2006, a fatal attack in Ontario's Algonquin Park shocked even seasoned wildlife experts. a black bear stalked and killed an experienced hiker, not for defense, but as a predatory act. It's rare, but it proves that under the right circumstances, the black bear can be as dangerous as any predator in the wild. Number 6. Asiatic black bear. From the forests of Iran to the mountains of Japan, the Asiatic black bear carries a nickname, the moon bear, thanks to the pale crescent on its chest. But its reputation? Far from gentle. In autumn, when these bears are building fat reserves for winter, they become hyper-aggressive, willing to fight almost anything that gets between them and food. In Japan, moon bears have been known to enter villages, attacking anyone who tries to scare them away. One chilling detail: in an attack, they often go straight for the head and neck. Villagers in rural Nepal have reported horrific injuries from these encounters, proof that a moon bear doesn't bluff. If it comes for you, it's coming to end the fight quickly. Number 5. Eurasian brown bear. The Eurasian brown bear is Europe's largest predator, and in the right conditions, it's a nightmare to face. Able to run 35 miles per hour, equipped with a bite force strong enough to crush bones, and fearless when defending a kill, this bear is built for dominance. In Russia's Far East, there are documented cases of brown bears stalking hunters for miles, watching, waiting, and choosing the moment to strike. One 2008 report told of a bear that killed 2 men and then guarded their bodies for days, driving away rescuers. It's not the biggest bear on our list, but it's among the most cunning. Number 4. Grizzly bear. If there's one bear that symbolizes raw, untamed wilderness, it's the grizzly. These North American titans can weigh up to 800 pounds with claws that can rip through muscle and hide in a single swipe. Grizzlies are responsible for more bear-related human fatalities in North America than any other species. Why? Because they live where people love to hike, camp, and fish, and they have zero tolerance for perceived threats to their food or cubs. In 2010, a female grizzly in Yellowstone attacked multiple campers in a single night without provocation. Wildlife experts called it one of the most unusual and violent bear attacks ever recorded. If you cross a grizzly's path, remember this: you're not at the top of the food chain anymore. Number 3. Kamchatka brown bear. Imagine a grizzly, but bigger. That's the Kamchatka brown bear. Found on Russia's remote Kamchatka Peninsula, these bears can exceed 1,500 pounds. And unlike many bears, they aren't particularly afraid of humans. Living in one of the richest salmon fishing regions on Earth, Kamchatka bears grow massive, and they have no natural predators. That confidence can turn into deadly encounters. In 2008, miners working in a remote camp were trapped after a group of Kamchatka bears began prowling the site. By the time authorities arrived, several workers had been killed. When a bear that size decides you're in its territory, there's not much you can do. Number 2. Kodiak Bear. On Alaska's Kodiak Archipelago lives the largest subspecies of brown bear in the world, the Kodiak. Males can weigh up to 1,500 pounds and stand over 10 feet tall on their hind legs. Despite their size, Kodiaks can run at 40 miles per hour. That's faster than the fastest Olympic sprinter, and remember, they can keep that speed long enough to close the gap between you and them in seconds. Fights between males over fishing spots can turn deadly, with both bears leaving battered, bloodied, and sometimes missing chunks of flesh. If a bear can do that to another bear, imagine what it could do to you. Number 1. Polar bear. At the very top of our list, wearing the crown of the most dangerous bear on Earth, is the polar bear. And let me tell you, this is not just a big white bear wandering the Arctic. This is the largest land carnivore alive today, a predator designed by nature for one purpose: to hunt. An adult male polar bear can weigh over 1,500 pounds and stand up to 10 feet tall on its hind legs. Unlike most other bear species, polar bears are pure carnivores. They don't nibble on berries or dig for roots to fill their stomachs. And here's where it gets terrifying. When a predator's entire survival depends on meat, hunger makes it bolder and far more dangerous. In fact, researchers and Arctic explorers have long warned a hungry polar bear isn't just curious, it's calculating. It will stalk you, it will test you, and if it decides you're prey, there's almost nothing you can do to stop it. One chilling example happened in 2011 on the Norwegian archipelago of Svalbard. A polar bear attacked a campsite of British students in the middle of the night. The bear ripped through the tent, killing one and injuring 4 others before being shot. The group had been sleeping in open terrain, unaware that a hungry bear had been circling for hours. Unlike grizzlies or black bears, there's no playing dead strategy here. In the Arctic, you're dealing with an animal that has no natural fear of humans and no other large land predators to compete with. You are just meat to them. And in an environment where food is scarce, that makes you an opportunity. So if you ever find yourself in polar bear country, remember this. Seeing one is not like spotting a deer or even a grizzly. It's like being in open water with a great white shark. The bear is in its element, and you are not. If it's hungry, your chances of walking away are close to 0. So which bear on this list shocked you the most? And which would you least want to meet in the wild? One thing's certain, the next time you see a bear, whether in the wild or even behind glass, you'll remember just how close to the top of nature's kill list they really are.